Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, North Metro, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm
Happy
Reverend
New Year.
Matthew.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
I'm Sheila Fawson.
I'm Greg Fawson. We do the broadcast.
Dr. Ernestine Garcia doing the readings.
And I am Paul Lance Little, your musical spiriteer.
Well, let's do some spirituality right now by going within and invoking the word, knowing in truth that there's one word, one life, one presence, one God, the perfection of the universe, that which created us all in its likeness and image, created this universe and everything within it and beyond it. I know that God is present right here in this moment as all our lives, as we move through this service, glorifying that one power and presence. I declare for this service that everyone receives exactly what they came here to receive and continues to grow and unfold in all their glory. This is the day that God has made, and I rejoice in it. So very grateful for this word being done and complete. I let go, I let God, and together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Now you can spiritualize Paul. Paul is
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, the smiles are returning to their faces. Little darling, seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I see the ice slowly melting. Little darling, seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Here comes the sun.
Thanks for that nostalgic trip down Beatles Lane. Appreciate it. That's a great song.
It is. I'm ready.
Long live the Beatles.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we could use some sun.
We're not used to this much snow and cold.
So we'll be back to you.
All right, this service is going to bring in the light.
That's right.
That's right.
It is. So like us and check in on Facebook, at CSL North Metro on Facebook. Check out our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and you can go to contact us and add yourself to the email list. You can request prayer there, and we'll pray on your prayer request all week. There's the affirmations and affirmative prayer every week is there. Reverend Michael's blogs are there.
Okay, too.
Yeah, it's time for January.
Yeah.
Happy first of the year, huh?
2023, wow.
So today's title is God as a Concept. You've already met our amazing musical spiriteer, Paul Lansittle. And today's reading is from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes.
And now it's time for Ernestine.
Yes.
Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning.
It must be time for affirmations.
Must be.
Okay. The affirmations for the week of January 1, 2023 by Stephen Anthony. Please repeat after me. I live fully present, moving forward one perfect moment at a time.
I live fully present, moving forward one perfect moment at a time.
The blessings of the universe touch my heart with everlasting joy.
The blessings of the universe touch my heart with everlasting joy.
I trust and rely on the presence of spirit within my being.
I trust and rely on the presence of spirit within my being.
The light and love in my heart warms and embraces every aspect of my life.
The light and love in my heart warms and embraces every aspect of my life.
My recognition of God as all that is guides my thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
My recognition of God as all that is guides my thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
By simply existing, I am in a place of sacred and holy wholeness.
By simply existing, I am in a place of sacred and holy wholeness.
And together we say,
And so it is.
Today's reading is from the book Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. We find the saying in the Upanishad, the silent one, the knower, ever resting in us, may walk, stand, sit, lie down, and not do anything at God's sweet will. And in the Bible it says, I shall work, and who shall hinder it? What are these but statements of absoluteness of the Supreme as the all-conquering power of the Spirit? What are these but statements of the absoluteness of the Supreme as the all-conquering power of the Spirit? And all this all-conquering power of the Spirit finds self-expression through humanity. This Supreme Being is at the center of each one of us. To it we may come for guidance, and from it we may draw both inspiration and the power to live, sit, walk, or stand. Every act is an outcome of consciousness. Every moment is within the divine being, and since the divine being is everywhere, it must also be at the center of our own life. It is not only at the center of our own life, it is the center. Hence, to think of it as the very essence of our own being is clear thinking. To know that its being is our being is right knowing. And to declare that its life is our life is to permit its power to flow through us. And we declare, and so it is.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Good way to start out the year. Yes. So we got some more music.
Yay.
Paul, come forth.
Yes.
Please.
Merging with the divine, love, take me. Oh, love, take me with you for I need to be where it's peaceful and quiet. I can hear myself breathe. Oh, love, take me with you, for I need to see your point of view. All around me, oh, here is my heart. I surrender all desires. I'm ready now. Oh, love, take me with you. Surround me now. Hold me close. And don't let go. Don't let go. Love, take me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, yes. Okay, we're gonna do our stuff now and we'll be back to you after we're finished.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. It's a new year,
It is.
and there's a certain power about the first of the year, moving into a new year. And there's so many people at this time of year that make, what do they make? Resolutions. The brains are working. Come on, wake up, wake up. Yeah, they make resolutions, and that's a good thing because at this time of year, everybody's like on this one path of making change in their life, and change is good. I'm embracing something new in my life, and it's how I approach doing this service. And I had resisted it for a long time. It was a big no. I didn't want to do it this way. And something in me this year said, you said that we got to try it. And I just decided that I need to change the no to a yes and give it a try. And what I'm talking about is our international headquarters puts out a journal book each year, and they provide for us a yearly vision and monthly themes and weekly titles. And we join with all the churches that have embraced this, which is powerful in itself, to be doing the same thing in a different way. It's not the same. The only thing that's the same is the title, the vision, and the themes, because we'll all be approaching it in our individual ways. So for me, there's this idea came through me and said, repeat it. So I'm going to repeat it. Saying yes to what I might have been, and saying yes to what might have been a no is not always scary as one might imagine. So sometimes we might feel a little little afraid to say yes to a certain thing, and we say no, and we never really got to experience what that yes might have brought. And I'm not saying you go and say yes to everything, but there's certain times that we know within ourselves that we're saying no because we're afraid to step out, we're afraid to take a chance, we're afraid that we might fail. And that's no reason to use a no. No comes from within, and it's usually clear. It's not fear-based. So we're going to give it a shot. And I'll start out by sharing what the yearly vision is, and it's living out loud. Now that's an interesting concept, to live out loud. I remember once when I was working at Agape, that was my first spiritual center. I was a registrar for the education department, and I'm sitting there doing my thing. I was facing the wall. All of a sudden, this arm reaches in and puts a little note on my desk and walks away. And it was Reverend Michael Beckwith. So I pick up the piece of paper, unfold it, and it said, "Don't hide your light under a bushel." And I thought, what the heck does he say that to me? And I had to be with it in a profound way. And I was in practitioner training at the time. And I just thought, well, I need to open up to something greater than myself. Evidently, I'm hiding something. And come to find out, taking classes and going through practice training, I was hiding quite a bit. And it was to feel safe in this world, because we so often, when we feel a little vulnerable, we tend to hide. We hide our true essence. We hide what we came here to be, the perfection of the universe. So that was a big time, a big movement in me, that I decided that I was going to look at areas of my life where I wasn't living out loud. And what was I hiding? Well, I had to give myself credit because I was taking prac training, and that was releasing some of the holds, some of the no's that I was cherishing. But for us, I'm inviting everybody to look at all this year. We're going to look at where can I be living out loud? What areas of my life can I live a little louder? And the first of each month, I'll remind you by asking you, where are you living out loud? And it's not a question that you have to answer back to me. It's just a question that we'll all be with as we use this yearly vision. Now, the other thing that will be given to us are monthly themes. And this month's theme is root and reboot. Root and reboot. Well, I had to be with that one for a while because it didn't come through me. So I had to ask what it means to me. Now, Riverdale and I come here every week, and we talk about steps that are meaningful to us. We talk about principles and how they work in our lives. We talk about how we are going through changes and what changes we need to embrace. And we talk about principles and how those principles affect our lives. So each one of us comes to a place in our life where we look at ourselves. And what I got from this theme, root and reboot, is our roots are in spiritual living. We live in a spiritual universe. And whenever we find ourselves getting challenged or being hurt in some way or making a mistake, we go back to our roots. And our roots is look at what you're going through, look at whatever's happening in your life with spiritual values. So sometimes we get offline, so to speak, and there's nothing you can do but reboot, shut down, and life can bring things to us that shuts us down. And shutting down isn't a bad thing all the time. Sometimes it's what we absolutely need. So we shut down and we reboot. That means we forget about what we're going through, we let it go, and we embrace the truth of our being, that we are spiritual beings living in a physical world, and we aren't that physical world. We are more than anything physically can challenge us. So each week we'll talk a little bit about rebooting and booting. Rebooting and booting. Sounds like a good song. Where am I? Oh, the title. So the title, this one really was interesting. God is a concept. God is a concept. I had to give that plenty of thought. And I realized that it is a concept to all of us. When you look at all the different religions, each one has a concept of what being spiritual is. And they differ from another one. And there's so many in this, just on this realm that we're in. There's so many different concepts of what God is. And within any religion that you may be participating in, the concept of that religion is individualized as each one of us. So I may be in this teaching, and the concept is individualized as me, and it may be a little different on how you see it or how somebody else sees it. And that concept is our way of allowing God to be its total self through and as me. So I encourage you to look at what concept you are holding for spirit to live through your life, to embrace the good that you are, to absolutely be fearless in your living out loud, and know that you can always reboot to that root of who you are. The root of who you are is your spiritual self. I see you want to say something.
No, I just didn't want to grab my notes after you said.
Go ahead. That's good. That's a good time.
So I wanted to talk just a little bit about the fundamental principles of science of mind, because it's January and it's a really good time to, what they call it, CSL calls it back to basics. At least that's what they used to call it. And this year we're calling it something else. But, I remember going to Sunday school and church and things when I was a little kid. And I remember enjoying it. And I also remember that I definitely believe I was taught, maybe I was taught something else and I just understood it differently, that God was definitely outside of me. And that God could see every single thing I did and was judging and marking. And if I made too many mistakes, I was going to go to hell. And I don't even remember the concept until I'd spent the summer when I was 13 with my aunt in Wisconsin, and they believed we had to be reborn, and that once we were reborn and once we accepted Christ as our Savior, well, then we were saved. And I found myself really curious about that too. And probably if I'd have stayed with her a little longer, she'd have won and I'd have done that. But so I spent the rest of my life really looking for a spiritual place and not really ever finding it until, sadly, I was, I think it'd just be marvelous to grow up in science mind. And I think it'd even be marvelous to be in your 20s or 30s when you catch it. But, we get it when we get it. And that whole concept of there's only one power, there's only one presence, there's only that one intelligence, and everything that is one with it. And we're all one with that power and that presence and that intelligence, and one with each other and one with all that is.
Mhm.
And that's a big thing to get. That person that I love, that's kind of easy to understand I'm one with. That person that I disagree with, that person that's causing war someplace else because of an ego or whatever reason, sometimes that's a little harder. And I read this thing by Ernest Holmes, and it's from an essay he did called What is the Science of Mind? And he said, everything which is opposed to good is nothing more than an accumulation of human thought, a collective negative suggestion of the collective unconsciousness. We grow in our understanding of the all. We increase our faith, and what we see, we manifest around us. So I just want to think about that a little while. It's like, so if everything that's not whole and not love and not peace in the world is an error of thinking, is an error of thought, and all of us know that we're taught all the time, change your thinking, change your life. What you're thinking, you're causing to be. And so I think for me, that makes it just a little bit easier to understand that, yes, we all have erroneous thoughts, and we're all creating on all of our thoughts, all of those good ones and those erroneous ones, and everybody is doing that. And so what we see in the world is this amalgamation of what we would call good and what we would call bad and what we would call yes and what we would call no. And so I'm inviting each one of us to understand that as we practice these principles, as we get that we're one with that power and that presence, and that we create through that power and that presence, and that as we think we create, and as we're finding the things that we don't want in our life, and we're able to rethink into a better way of being, we're putting that power and that presence out into the world. And the more of us there are that are approaching the world with love, and that are approaching the world with acceptance, and approaching the world with, this is the truth. And I think that's how we make a difference in the world. I think our prayers make a difference. I think our actions make a difference. I think our thoughts make a difference. And I think that's the power that we have here.
Mhm.
You want to say something about that?
Oh, we're doing good.
All right. You just looked like you wanted to say something. So here's just some of the things that I find are basic to me. We are of spirit and in spirit, and that's our divine essence. That I am, you are, we all are a living embodiment of divine intelligence. And then I really like this too. When we think of God as a concept, and that came from a song by John Lennon. When we think of God as a concept, we free ourselves from the yoke of human religious history. Instead of God out there, God in here and everywhere. So God is the essence of who we are, and a creative force in our lives. And we can create and do create in our thoughts, in our actions, in
Our being.
our being. And so I think the first thing for me is I still have this thing that I need to be perfect all the time, that I can't make mistakes, and that if I do, I should really cover them up because it's not okay if I made a mistake. So just learning how to speak the mistake out loud and understand everybody makes them and I'm no different than anybody else, and to be able to speak the mistake out loud instead of burying it, because I think every single thing that we bury like that, then we unconsciously continue to manifest because it's a hidden thought that, and we're manifesting from the thoughts we're aware of, but also from all those stuffed down hidden things that we don't want anybody to know about ourselves. And so it's really important. I think that's a really good way to say that this is a time to, what is hiding down in there that is creating in my life things that I wouldn't choose, and dig them out, uproot them, and reboot. January is a great time to reboot and to just really recognize that the truth of our being, every single one of us, the truth of our being is that we're one with that power and that presence, and one, and that we manifest through that divine intelligence, which is us, all of us. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said this, and I just love this too. The oversoul. And he had a whole book titled that. I haven't read it for a long time, but it was a really good one. Within humanity is the soul of the whole, the wise silence, the universal beauty to which every part and particle are equally related, the eternal one. I just think that's so powerful.
It is powerful. So I'm going to invite you to turn within right now. Close your eyes. And let's take a little journey together. First, by just to the best you can, empty yourself. Let go of all the thoughts that may be running through your mind. And picture yourself someplace that you've been before. A sacred place, a place that makes you feel like you're home. And just create that space in your mind. Look at all the details of that space. Is there anything missing? Has anything been added to it? And feel the comfort, feel the peace, feel the harmony. And someplace there's a chair. I invite you to go over and sit in that chair. And just relax. And be anticipating something grand is about to take place in your life. You've opened up to clear spirit by just allowing yourself to be present in the sacred space that you're in right now. Find the comfort of it. And as you go deeper into this space and find it being alive, everything in that room is alive. Something in that room has something to tell you. Just focus on it and ask it, what is it I need to know? How can I live louder in my life? What area of my life is calling me to live loud? By living loud, it means by allowing something to disappear and something new to appear. And now ask it, what can I do? What's the first step I can take to live out loud? What is the first step I can take to live out loud? And if there's any other questions that you'd like to ask of this object, this thing, this person, just ask it inwardly. Ask your question. And allow yourself to have that experience of the sacred yes. Yes to the changes that are about to occur in life. Yes to this year of living out loud. Yes to everything that's been revealed to me in this journey I've taken. Yes to life. And know that as you give thanks for the information given to you, that as you release this place that you've gone to, and allow yourself to come back into this room, back into the room where you're at, just know that everything will be given to you, that you're safe to be that being of living out loud. And so I bless this sacred time together. So very grateful to know that each individual has received exactly what they need to receive, and more will be revealed to each one of us as we continue to journey, this journey of living out loud. We're blessed and a blessing. And so I say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the blessings in my life. Thank you for the blessings of everybody that's participating in this service today. Thank you for the blessings of this planet, of life, of my life, of all your lives. Just in deep gratitude. I say thank you.
Thank you.
And together we say,
And so it is. Amen. Amen. Aho. And something else. And woo-hoo!
Father is looking for his son, someone he played with long ago. He's flying his little spaceship around the living room, where only the spirit of a child gets in. Mother is looking for her little girl, someone she played with long ago. She's hiding away in a little dollhouse. Only the spirit of a child gets in. Only the spirit of a child gets in. I put all my dreams in a treasure box. Got so busy that I lost the key. Gonna find some way to break those locks, but only the spirit of a child gets in. Only the spirit of a child gets in. Heaven is a place inside my heart, making a home just for me. Take all my troubles and I knock on the door. Only the spirit of a child gets in. Only the spirit of a child gets in. Only the spirit of a child gets in.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
I want to be a little child again. It's so interesting to watch them play and to watch them imagine and just their vibrations and the energy they bring into your life. It's a great thing. I know you know that, Paul, because you got some grandkids.
Yeah, I got 6 grandkids right down in Littleton there.
We got
Counting the steps, we got a lot. So we got 4 here and 3 in California, and then Kristen's husband has 2 kids, and one of them has a little one too. So lots of little ones. It's nice.
yeah. So thank you, Paul. We'll get back to you as soon as we take care of some business. So you got some business to take care of.
We do.
Oh,
It's you.
it's me. So I just want to give thanks for everybody that contributes to this spiritual center.
Yes.
I know that without you, we couldn't keep our doors open. So we're very thankful for your givingness, and we hope that you continue to want to share your love with us as we share our love with you. And we give thanks. We're grateful. So just in this moment, shine your light towards this basket, and just imagine the energy flowing through you, through your hands, and blessing all that is given this day. So repeat after me. In deep thanksgiving, I give my love.
In deep thanksgiving, I give my love.
Give it with no strings attached.
Give it with no strings attached.
Give it freely,
Give it freely.
knowing that my gift of love multiplies in the universe
Knowing that my gift of love multiplies in the universe
and comes back to me
and comes back to me
and touches my heart
and touches my heart
and lets it be.
and lets it be.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
So it is.
So the easiest way to donate is to go to cslnorthmetro.org, and right down on the front page, there's a couple of places to give. If you happen to use Venmo, the QR code is right here. You can just put your phone right on there. The QR code's also on the website, so if you miss it, you can still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
So let's bring Paul back in.
Let's do that.
I'm so grateful to be part of the spiritual community where everybody's just so open-hearted. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. Get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? Just need someone to love. Could it be anybody? Just need someone to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. Could it be anybody? Just need someone to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Ah, thank you so much. Those are some great songs that
Yeah.
these guys wrote. They're
Yeah.
amazing musicians. We got any last?
I don't know. Are you guys going to join us?
Sure. Oh, Addison, good.
We're already here. Oh,
Well, we can't see you. Oh, well, we can see.
It's been a while.
That's all right. Yay!
These are all the people
Thanks,
responsible
Paul.
for the service. We thank you.
Yeah.
We love you.
So,
So join us on Zoom right after the service, and we'll talk about our ahas, and we'll say Happy New Year. And those of you that are here, there's good snacks. And, so the links in the comments, right?
Yep.
And if you miss it, it's also on the website, cslnorthmetro.org, in the calendar under today's service.
yes,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I just want to say one thing, if I may.
yes,
It's amazing how we think our minds alike. We were talking about rebooting before the service even started and before we even knew the talk. So anyway, it amazes me. That's all I have to say.
That's good. Anybody else?
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah.
Mm.
all right. Well, we hope you have a wonderful New Year's Day and a wonderful New Year. And may the prosperity and the abundance and the wealth and good health be in your every word, every deed, and spread it throughout the universe.
That's right.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Abundance blessings.
Yeah. Join us on Zoom. Praise out.
Okay. And so, returning to that sacred place of the Most High, I acknowledge and give thanks for this day, for this service, and all that came through us, and all that was received. I know that as we go through this week, we find a place to live out loud, and we show those hidden places within us, those sacred places that reveal the truth of our being, that we are spiritual beings, we are eternal beings, we are God's children. And I'm every day grateful for this knowingness. So blessing you all, giving thanks for your participation today. I know that this word is complete and fulfilling itself, and there's nothing left to do but say, And so,
And so it is.
So it is.
Yay.
Okay, see you on Zoom. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.